Who was Nahor in generation 18? Let's answer that question. So what we'll do is teleport over to the Middle East. It's important to know where Ur is, in the plain of Shinar, very close to the Persian Gulf. And we'll use the periodic table of history to go back in time. You can see that we have 6,000 years of time over here on the left. And you can also note that we have an equator axis here, left to right. United States is over here, and Korea, India, Samaria, Greece, Germany, Italy, Ireland. Let's teleport back in time to the time of Nahor. For ease of being able to see him, I'm going to paint him yellow. You can see the dates here, 2267 to 2119 BC. These are dates that you would get directly out of Genesis. They haven't been calibrated to anything. And Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. We can see where Nahor is in relation to Serug, and then also Terah here. And then notice also that we're getting very close to Abraham. We have been learning about the sons of Shem in the geography, and here are the 5 sons of Shem. Of particular importance today is Arphaxad. He's in the 12th generation. And when we go down the line, we get to the 18th generation, to Nahor. See, we can see that the first few generations, like generation 12, 13, 14 here, that's Arphaxad, Selah, and Eber. They settled here around the Tigris. The 15th, 16th, 17th generation are out here on the Euphrates, Peleg, Ru, and Serug. We can see Nahor down here in Ur, and also we know that Serug went back and forth. Archaeologically, he has a city named after him, Serugi, up here. And then Serug also was in Ur of the Chaldees. So Ur is starting to be a bigger epicenter for the line of Abraham. And we can see those same people, Shem up here, and then Arphaxad going down this line. Selah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, and Nahor. So it's the same thing in the timeline as we see on the geography here. So in the Bible, we hear of Nahor in Genesis 11, in 1 Chronicles 1, and Luke chapter 3. Nahor is in the line of David, and he's in the line of Jesus. We can see how his lifespan holds up here. We can see the decreasing lifespan after the flood. Nahor lives 148 years total. And we look at the graph, we can see Jacob is a few generations out and lives 147 years. So Nahor really isn't doing that well as far as longevity. But we don't know if he died a natural death or whether he died prematurely, as in he might have gotten killed in battle or disease, something like that. We just see that Nahor is a little bit lower than we would expect based upon Serug and Terah. Remember, Noah lives 950 years here. He has a very long lifespan that goes pre-flood and into the post-flood, all the way down here. We might just as well mark that right here. Also, we can see the lifespan of Nahor here and how he matches up. Peleg is living very close to him right here. So Nahor could have spent time with Noah. Also remember the events that lead up to this because of the life of Peleg. Remember, there's a land inheritance event, and then 5 years after the birth of Peleg, we have the Tower of Babel event. There's a confusion of the languages event, and now we're well into the New World Order. So when we're looking at Nahor down here, we're well into this order. He would have had no memory of the time before this. And then we do see that he lives into the life of Abraham and Sarah. But as you can see, he doesn't live all the way into the lifespan of Isaac or Ishmael. The book of Jubilees, chapter 11, gives us the name of Nahor's wife. It's Ijaska. So that's a detail that we don't find in Genesis. The book of Jubilees also points out that Nahor lives in Ur. We also must be aware that Abraham has a brother named Nahor, which makes things confusing. And archaeology knows the location of this site. The Akkadian clay tablets of Mari render the name Nahor as Nahor, and that's not too bad of a corruption. And also remember, Ashurbanipal of Assyria knew Nahor as Nahuru, and the Assyrians knew this land as Til Nahiri. And Haran was established by Abraham's brother, because remember there were three brothers, Abraham, Haran, and Nahor. This is the site of Haran. The city of Haran was renamed as the town of Nahor. And this city is very important to the line of Abraham, because remember, God called Abraham out of Ur. Terah went up to this area of Haran, and then Abraham ends up in the land of Canaan over here, which we know as Israel today. So this site ends up being a very important landmark. Greece is just about starting. We see a lot of activity in Samaria, and that's going to be the Assyrians, the Akkadians, and the pre-Persians. Also, people are spreading out to India. People are spreading out to Southeast Asia, China. And Egypt is getting bigger, much bigger. It's becoming a great empire at this time. Well, this is so exciting. We're really perceiving how history is woven together. And I'm sure you're happy to learn all these things about where the Bible and where secular history start intersecting. I don't think we can be exact, but we can be close, and we can have a great understanding of this time. It's fun to see how the people in Genesis were so real. Now, thanks for watching. It's always free to subscribe, thumbs up, share, and comment. And on a lighter note, I leave you with this quote from Milton Friedman. He said, "If you put the federal government in charge of the Sahara Desert, in 5 years there would be a shortage of sand." Have a great week, everybody. I will see you in the next video.